The first thing we wanted to do here is, I'm sure many people have seen a lot in the media, and I guess it's all about what's being spoken about so much across newspapers, radios, internet. And Sam, it's a great place just to really kick off in terms of what you're seeing.
Yeah, thanks, David. And look, can you believe it? We're nearly at the end of the first quarter of the year, and what an explosive start to 2021. And if you look at that first heading there, FOMO, fear of missing out, returns to Australian property market. And that certainly has been the case. I was talking to Sean Blattman earlier today, who's our director in charge of stock procurement, and he mentioned Stockland had released 40 parcels of land over in Box Hill in northwestern Sydney on the weekend, 40 blocks. They had 1,400 people attend. They had security guard. People were in tears that couldn't get it, and people are missing out. Land is scarce, and the home builder program that the government put in last year has just brought so much demand forward. People that might have been living at home or renting or what have you have gone out and bought homes, as well as other people looking to upgrade and what have you. So there has been record after record shattered at the high end of the market, the mid end of the market, the lower end of the market, and we're just seeing that Australia has just got this incredible momentum. And the question is, I had people at the end of last year saying, we're at the peak of the market, I'm going to wait for it to drop. I said to them, there is no way it's going to drop. If you wait, you will miss out in some level, or you'll just be paying more. It's not sustainably going at this pace forever, but there is significant momentum to keep driving the market up forward. And let's have a bit of a recap first, David, of what happened in 2020. It's amazing where we were doing this similar time last year, or just a little bit thereafter, and it was when COVID had just come out. It's sort of an anniversary of COVID, and it seemed like it was the end of the world, a 1 in 100 year pandemic. And interestingly, the banks and economists were predicting 30% price drops. As the year began to change and we saw some of the economic stimulus and measures put in by our government, they shifted to more milder drops, then to neutral positions, then to predicted growth, now to asset bubbles. So what a shift. I mean, we're going to go from minus 30% to positive 30%. That's a 60% shift. So how did the banks get it so wrong? What caused them to shift that sentiment? And if you look back what we predicted, we actually predicted very early on that this was an opportunity, and fortune favors the brave. And the clients that we spoke and engaged with to buy properties back then have actually really benefited of buying at the dip in the market and have made a great return. We're going to look at some of those case studies later.